So dear student, today we are going to discuss about another topic, that is solubility. Now we have already studied that what is saturated solution. So solution that contain maximum amount of a solute in a given amount of solvent at a particular temperature is known as saturated solution. Now if we have a small amount of solute and we add it into greater amount of solvent, so whenever these two are mixed together, when solute is reacted with solvent, they will mix to form a solution. So these are basically the two components of solution. As we know that solute are always taken in a lesser amount. Solute is always taken in a lesser amount, while solvent is always taken in a greater amount. So whenever these two components are mixed together, we will obtain a solution. You will get a solution. If we prepare 100 gram of water solution, if we prepare saturated solution of sodium chloride, if we have sodium chloride is NaCl. If we have sodium chloride NaCl, and if we dissolve this in 100 gram of water, little amount. Now take this solution in a pre-weighted china dish. As you can see that this is the china dish. This is the china dish. Now take this solution in a pre-weighted china dish, place china dish on a Bunsen and heat it slowly. Now as you can see, this is the Bunsen burner. Now heat this solution slowly till water evaporates completely. As we have mentioned earlier that we have little amount of sodium chloride in 100 gram of water. So once we place this china dish which contain the solution which contains saturated solution of sodium chloride in water, if you place it on a Bunsen burner, what would happen? Bunsen burner will provide heat, and by the absorption of heat, water that is present in a solution will evaporate. Now cool the china dish and weight it. Calculate the mass of sodium chloride present in it. So after cooling, you would see that water would evaporate and you would be left behind that amount of sodium chloride. Remember, solubility of sodium chloride in 100 gram of water at room temperature is 35.7 gram. Solubility of sodium chloride at room temperature is 35.7 gram. And what is room temperature? Room temperature is 25 degree centigrade. It means we can say that at 25 degree centigrade the solubility of sodium chloride in water is 35.7 gram. Similarly, solubility of sodium thiosulfate is 50 gram per 100 gram of water. So sodium thiosulfate is 50 gram per 100 gram of water at room temperature. What is this? This is actually the solubility of sodium thiosulfate at room temperature. But if you add 60 gram instead of 50 gram, if you add 60 gram of sodium thiosulfate in 100 gram of water, it means you have increased the quantity of sodium thiosulfate. If you add 60 gram of sodium thiosulfate in 100 gram of water at 20 degrees centigrade, what would happen? It means This experiment was done at 25 degrees centigrade. Room temperature is 25 degrees centigrade. Now you have increased the quantity of solute. This is actually sodium thiosulfate is a solute, while water is being taken in greater amount, so it would act as a solvent. So if you have increased the amount of solute and you have decreased the temperature up to 20 degrees centigrade. Now the temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. What would happen? The solubility would decrease. Solubility would decrease. So keep in mind this point, that once you increase the solute quantity, 60 gram is the solute. Sodium thiosulfate would act as a solute. If you have increased the quantity of a solute and the solvent is remained same, but you have decreased the temperature, so what does this means? It means with a decrease in temperature, solubility also decreases. So now come toward the definition of solubility. Solubility is amount of solute that dissolve in 100 gram of solvent. Amount of solute that dissolve in 100 gram of solvent at a particular temperature is known as solubility. So we need to have number of grams of solute that should be added in 100 gram of solvent. So the next topic is solubility and solute solvent interactions. Dear student, there is popular aphorism which says that like dissolve like. Now chemists say that like dissolve like. That means that substance with similar chemical characteristics will dissolve in each other. Specifically, polar solvents tend to dissolve polar solutes and non-polar solvents tend to dissolve non-polar solutes, while non-polar and polar substances are immiscible. It means they do not dissolve. So it means if we have a polar solvent it will dissolve polar solute, and if we have non-polar solvent non-polar solvent, then it will dissolve only non-polar solutes. So let's take an example of methanol or ethanol. We can take an example of ethanol. Having the formula C2H5OH. We can also write it like this: carbon having 3 hydrogen atom that is linked with another carbon atom which is having 2 hydrogen atom, and that carbon is further linked with oxygen that is linked with hydrogen atom. Now we say that ethanol molecule is polar in nature. We say that ethanol molecule is polar in nature. Now what is the reason why it is polar in nature? This is because there is a difference of electronegativity between oxygen and hydrogen. Hydrogen is having electronegativity value of 2.1, while oxygen is having electronegativity value of 3.5. It means that oxygen atom is more electronegative. So if it is more electronegative, what would it do? oxygen will attract the shared pair of electron toward itself. It means the electron of hydrogen will be shifted or moved toward or attracted toward the oxygen atom, and as a result we will get partial positive pole on hydrogen atom while partial negative pole on oxygen atom. So as you can see that there are two poles on oxygen and hydrogen atom. Oxygen have partial negative charge while hydrogen have partial positive charge. So that is why we can say that ethanol is polar molecule. Now if we take an example of water, H2O. Now H2O, if we write the open structure for water, it would be like this, in which oxygen atom is bonded with what? Hydrogen atom. We have two lone pair of electron. Now in case of water, we say that water is also a polar molecule. Now what is the reason of its polarity? The reason is the same. Oxygen is having more electronegativity value, that is 3.5. For hydrogen we have the value of 2.1. For both the hydrogen we have the electronegativity value of 2.1. So now this oxygen being more electronegative, it will drag the electronic density of hydrogen toward itself from both the oxygen atom, and as a result different poles would be created. Hydrogen would bear partial positive charge. Similarly, this hydrogen would also have partial positive charge, and this oxygen atom being more electronegative would have partial negative charge. So hence we can say that water molecule is also polar in nature. So as we have studied earlier that like dissolve like. So now as you can see that ethanol is polar, water is polar. So when you dissolve ethanol into water, what would happen? It would readily dissolve. A solution would form, it would readily dissolve. So as you can see in this diagram that we have oxygen atom that is having partial negative charge, while this hydrogen atom of water also carries partial negative charge. Now these are the water molecule that are interacting with the molecule of ethanol. This is actually a ethanol molecule. So now as we have discussed that oxygen being electronegative will have partial negative charge, and this would have partial positive charge. Similarly, the water molecule oxygen atom is partial negatively charged, so hence there will be forces of attraction between oxygen and hydrogen atom, oxygen atom of water, and similarly hydrogen atom of ethanol. So this dotted line, these dotted lines are actually the hydrogen bonding, and this is the reason that why ethanol is soluble in water. So the reason is water is polar, ethanol is also polar molecule. If they both are polar, and the principle says that like dissolve like, so this is the main reason that why water is soluble in water. So the main reason of solubility of water in ethanol is intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces. And what type of forces are present? We have strong hydrogen bond. We have strong hydrogen bonding between the molecule of ethanol and water molecule. So that is why they are soluble in one another. This means that water and methanol molecules have similar structures and intermolecular forces. They can form hydrogen bond with each other. Thus methanol and water are miscible, they are soluble in each other. Now same is the case with methanol. Methanol is having formula CH3OH. This is methanol. Methanol is also soluble in water, and the reason is the same as we have discussed earlier, that methanol is polar in nature. It makes hydrogen bonding with water. Now we will discuss the solubility of glucose and water, that why glucose is soluble in water. Now as you can see in the structure of glucose molecule, that we have large amount of hydroxyl groups, OH, OH, this is OH. Now these groups are known as hydroxyl group. These are known as hydroxyl groups. Now while looking at the structure of these hydroxyl groups, you can see that this is also composed of oxygen and hydrogen molecule, hydrogen atoms. So in this case oxygen is having partial negative charge while hydrogen atom is having partial positive charge. If it is bonded with water molecule from all the sides, as we have discussed that water molecule is polar in nature, and this glucose molecule is also polar in nature. Glucose is also polar because as you can see it have large number of hydroxyl group, and each hydroxyl group is having partial positive and partial negative charge. So water molecule is also a polar molecule. It have partial negative charge and partial positive charges. Now what would happen? They will make a hydrogen bond. Okay, this water will make a hydrogen bond with the oxygen atom of glucose. Hence, because of these hydrogen bondings, water would dissolve glucose readily. We have hydrogen bonding that is present between the hydroxyl group of glucose and oxygen atom of water. This is why glucose molecules are soluble in water. Now we will study about the solubility of sodium chloride and water, that why sodium chloride or common salt or table salt is soluble in water. The polarity of water molecule enables water to dissolve many ionically bonded substances. Sodium chloride is made from positive sodium ion. As you can see that sodium chloride is ionic in nature. NaCl is ionic in nature. Sodium is having positive charge while chloride ion is having negative charge. So sodium chloride is made from positive sodium ion bonded to negative chloride ions. Water can dissolve salt because the positive part of water molecule attract the negative chloride ions, and the negative part of water molecule attract the positive sodium ion. Amount of substance that can dissolve in a liquid at a particular temperature is called solubility of the substance. The substance being dissolved is called solute, and the substance doing the dissolving is called solvent. So in this case, as you can see, sodium is having positive charges. It is surrounded by the negatively charged oxygen atom from every side. sodium ion being positive charge, it is surrounded by negatively charged oxygen atom from every side. Similarly, in case of chloride ion, as you can see, it is surrounded by partial positively charged hydrogen atom from every side. So this is the main reason that why sodium chloride is soluble in water. Sodium chloride, being ionic in nature, will make a bond with the water molecule which is polar in nature, and hence they are soluble in each other. Now we will discuss the solubility of oils or gasoline in water. We will find out the reason that why oils are not soluble in water. As you can see in the picture, we have a glass of water. ठीक है, at the lower portion of the glass we have a water, while at the upper portion of the glass we have added oil. Now after mixing, you would see that a separate layer of oils and water would form. Now what is the reason? Look into the nature of gasoline and oil molecules. Gasoline and oil molecule are non-polar in nature. The attraction between a water molecule and oil or gasoline molecule is very weak. So these liquids are insoluble in water. But gasoline and oil, which have similar non-polar molecules, are soluble in one another. So hence, water molecule being polar, water molecule is polar in nature, while oil or gasoline, petroleum products, these are non-polar in nature. As we have discussed earlier, that like dissolve like. Since gasoline or oil or petroleum product are non-polar, while water is polar, so hence they will not dissolve in one another and you will get a separate layer from both of them. Thus we concluded that substances that have similar structure and intermolecular forces tend to be soluble, whereas those substances that have dissimilar structure and intermolecular forces are insoluble in each other.